So hi to my lovely Librans, about to do your reading now for November, and if you will have a Libra ascendant around about 16 degrees onwards in Libra, so if your first house is Libra in your chart, you will have a Libra ascendant. So depending on where it is, best way to do is to check your chart on astro.com and have a look where you've got 16, 17 degrees of Taurus in your chart. The reason I'm sharing this with you, Libra, is because on the 8th of November, we've got a full moon in Taurus. Now, for those Librans who are being hit where they've got Taurus as their sixth house ruler in their chart. So this is where you'd have Libra ascendant. This is actually covering your area of service. It's your working environment, it's health, it's integration, it's service to humanity. It's like nutrition, it's your physical health of your body as well. So what I'm going to say to you here is that, this is about, for many Librans, looking at what is good and healthy in your experience. This is about caring for yourself in your experience, whether it's health and nutrition. The sixth house, it's like an attempt to save the heart of an experience. So what I would say with this is that, we're looking at, for me, the sixth house is when we're service to others, it's like our true calling of what we're here to do, that we can't deny ourselves as well. Even though like the sixth house can be a bit like routine and it's ruled by Virgo, that's its natural rulership sign, can be quite regimented and organised. There's something about the sixth house, which is our service to humanity is greater than ourselves. However, with sixth house energy, it's not about providing a service or healing to others, as a conduit at the expense of your own health and your own nutrition and care for your own physical vessel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at, I feel like you need different cards, Libra, that are more in tune with your energy. So I'm going to use the Muse, the Wisdom of Avalon, okay? And I'm going to use, what else am I going to use? I'm toying between the Tarot and the Priestess of Light. I'm going to pull the Priestess of Light. They're going to do something a bit different with you. So let's have a look at an overview for Libra, please. I need to move those, sorry. Get organised, Libra. Can you please do an overview, Spirit, for Libra for the month of November? So this full moon in Taurus, it's a full moon eclipse. It's going to ask us to pivot in the area where we have Taurus at 16 to 17 degrees in our chart. You can have a look, you can pull up your chart on astro.com and you can go around the wheel, and every degree is usually, so every house has 30 degrees and every sign has 30 degrees. So if you find where Taurus starts, it's a bit like a circle, a head with two like horns, like a bull. If you go around and you count in 16 degrees, it will show, you'll see the number of the house in your own chart. And that's where you can really look at where you're being asked to pivot, because full moons can bring in shocks and surprises, but they're also about positive change that can last for nearly up to 6 months with an eclipse. So what are the energies, please, Spirit, for Libra for the month of November? Thank you so much. Right. 4 of Wands. So this is like happy home life. Overview for Libra. Overview for Libra. What would you like, Libra? What do they need to know, Spirit? The overview for November for them. Queen of Voices, Queen of Swords. Okay, 6 of Wands. Balance. So really, what's coming through for you here is a really happy home life, actually. Very balanced, safe. Your home is your haven at the moment, Libra, is what I'm getting here. But also with this Queen of Swords here, the Queen of Voices, I'm feeling like a lot of you are either, you are, what I want to say is decluttering your homes is what I get with that there. The moon. and you're moving away. Yeah, 9 of Wands. You're carving out a path for yourself. You're moving away from any self-deceptive behaviours. What does Libra not yet see for November? What's hidden from view from them at the moment? Okay, so there's a message coming in from what, whom? Oh, right, okay. Strong connection with angels here coming through. So the angels have given you a message here. And right, okay, I see what this is. And I'm going to then also pull possible outcome. So it's possible outcome for Libra because we are the holders of our own destiny. Possible outcome for Libra, please, for the month of November for them. Thank you. Beautiful. So a lot of, I mean, these cards for me, especially the Muse, feel very feminine. So there's a lot of receptive energy in your reading this month. And again, if you are a Libra man, it could be that you're really taking care of you doing you this month, and that's great, Libra. Or whatever's coming up, you're facing it with head on. That's what I want to say to you. Whatever's coming up in Scorpio time, there's a big change this year for you that I feel like instead of just going over it a bit, you know, just skimming over the surface, you're facing it, because the 8 of Wands here for me is somebody who is breaking out of self-imposed restrictions or restrictions that were placed upon them by other people telling them who they are. Librans can be very, very influenced by other people, but remember, you are a cardinal sign, so it doesn't stick with you for long, Libra. You work it out. Right, okay, brilliant. I think that's it now. So there is an element this month for you. So you've got 4 of Inspiration, which is the 4 of Wands, the Queen of Voices, which is the Queen of Swords, the 6 of Wands, 6 of Inspiration, and Temperance, which is the card of balance, Sagittarius. So you could have, you know, there's a lot of fire around you this month, Libra. So you might be feeling fire. You might be feeling the energy of fire around you in your body, in your element, and you're working with it. Or you might work with fire in your healing work. I don't know. The 8 of Inspiration, 8 of Wands, the Moon, and the 9 of Inspiration, which is the 9 of Wands. So I actually feel this is more a message for you around the full moon, because the full moon is actually turned out in your reading here. So what they're saying is this month, this full moon eclipse is going to bring in a lot of balance in your life. And you love that word because that's what you're here to bring into other people's lives. But I feel for some Librans, it's always a bit of a challenge to find the sweet spot for you. I feel the sweet spot's going to come in this month, and what you're being guided to is your home. Having somewhere in your home where you can create, you can receive your inspiration, but you can hear your guide, you can hear your truth. Because we've got these 2 cards here, so I feel like I just need a place for me to calm my thoughts. And Spirit is saying this is like almost like their guidance for you this month, because this is like, you know, being around people that understand you, and this is, you know, feeling in touch with all that is. That's what I want to say that to you. So it could be for a while that your thoughts have been racing and you're trying to figure things out. And what Spirit is saying to you is that the 9 of Inspiration in this suit for me is very much about carving out your own path. And it's about standing in your own, that sacral energy of creative power. So there's going to be a surge of energy around the full moon that's going to come through to you. Again, now if we're not open to this or we're not really receptive to it, nothing's going to happen. If we don't interact with the energy available to us, Libra, well then it's just going to be neutral. Now a lot of people might think, oh, it's like placebo. Yeah, it is. But then what happens, this is why unfortunately a lot of people only reach for the deeper mysteries of life and go on, find their own path to their own sense of self and spirit when they've gone through pain or severe loss, because it forces them out of this really, what I would say superficial thinking, which is all about, well, this is in front of me and that's it and that's just the way it is. Whereas there's so much more to life that's synchronistic and which is worldly wise. And you know this, Libra, you know this in your bones. But there is something here about you breaking out from self-imposed restrictions. Maybe you've even placed these on yourself, I want to say, at some point or other. Because the moon can be the card of self-deception. So it can be where we say to ourselves, well, I'm just this and that's all I do. But there's something about you hearing your truth this month, receiving it, but also you be willing to move away fully from anything, even where your thoughts have been even harmful to you in your path. There's a balance coming in around this. And what Spirit is saying is it's finding the right practices that work for you. What can happen with Libra and energies, especially if you've got a lot of planets in Libra, is that it can get really stuck in the trying to analyze, and you know that because you are an air sign, so that mental faculties of everything has to have a mental connotation to it. Whereas what Spirit is saying is it's about dropping into your body and utilizing the knowledge and the inspiration you're receiving down into your body and working with it in a very visceral way. It's like Librans can be prone to like, well, I'll write this and I'll write this and I'll do this. And what Spirit is, and obviously you can tell me I'm talking rubbish here, but I always will give you what Spirit give me, is for your element, all of that, like the writing and it can really drain you and you don't get anywhere. So what they're saying is they're saying have systems and processes that might seem repetitive. It's like having a daily ritual when you wake up in the morning. And again, what Spirit's saying, you get to change this as and when your life shifts. But there's something here about breaking out of patterns of the past. This is what this card, and it's going to be very strong for you during the full moon, which brings me on to this next message, Libra, which is there's so much love coming through to you from the spirit world. So you've got the dog, unconditional love. I also feel there's going to be a lot of love around you this month, but you've actually got the angels here guiding you to clear away, because it might mean around the full moon that you might feel, and I'm not saying this to tell you that you will because you might not, is there might be some fearful feelings that might come up. But what Spirit are reassuring you is it's worth the risk to just feel them. You're protected, you're guided. There's like a benevolent force here around you this month, Libra, that maybe you can't yet see. And what it's doing is it's going to help you break through some of these old patterns of maybe ruminating or overthinking things, or over like saying things but not doing them. Because the 9 of inspiration, like the wands for me, and you've got 6, 8 and 9. Actually, you've got 4 wands cards. You've got 4, 6, 8 and 9. So you've got a lot of action orientated cards this month. So they're saying like, this is going to like Libra's going to be laughing, but they might not be. I mean this with the greatest respect. Talk less and do more. So instead of saying you're going to do it, just do it. Because it's almost like you can talk yourself out of doing things by worrying about it, because the fear card has come out and risk, and it's like, so what you'll do is you'll go through a risk assessment in your head. I know there's going to be Librans laughing at this, but I love you. I've got loads of Libran friends, girlfriends, and I love them to bits. And I'm like quite grounded in Taurus, so I know they will talk to me. It's not all the time, but I do love this about them, and I know it's why they love me, because they will call and they'll go through all the, like they're working out their head in the phone call, which is absolutely fine. I don't mind at all, because they are very loyal and loving and very sincere, and they would do anything for me, just like I would do anything for them, obviously within healthy boundaries, but you get what I'm saying. But there's this element of put the risk assessment down, okay, and have some movement practices in your life, or physical based practices that reinforce things that make you feel good about your choices. This is what I want to say to you, Libra. So lots of, it's quite deep reading for you this month, Libra. So possible outcomes. This is beautiful. So this is all happening to open you up to a part of yourself that maybe has been hidden from view. So you've got the sensuality card, which is, so this is your wisdom coming out. And this is actually because you're meant to share it with other people. So there's something you're breaking through out of this month, Libra, which is going to really help you and benefit you with your work, because the divine masculine has come out. So you've got the feminine wisdom, but you've also got the divine masculine power. We need both, all of us do. You know, whatever, you know, whoever we are, we all have divine masculine and divine feminine energy. And don't let anybody tell you that you don't. You know, there's a lot going on in the world which is trying to, you know, put us in categories and boxes and then remove us from them. And it gets so confusing, but the energies of the divine masculine, divine feminine are nothing to do with gender. They're to do with energy. And we all need doing energy, and we all need receptive energy. It's the elixir of life. It's how we live. So there is, you are, again, I've just noticed this. See the pattern. You are releasing some constraints this month, Libra, and it's really gonna, again, that's what I was getting from that card before, wasn't I? The Eight of Inspiration. So whatever is being released for you, it's going to open up a lot more of your power that was hidden from view before. So you're going to find with some of these behaviors that you're letting go of, maybe thought processes, beliefs, patternings, I'm getting more behaviors. What it's going to do is it's going to release a lot of energy in your body that you didn't realize. And for some of you, it's going to release you to be able to rest properly, like to switch off that brain, to turn down the dial, and to really be able to rejuvenate and rest. Because what I'm actually getting with that card with the divine masculine is that he's able to go in, get into bed, and just, I mean, that just sounds daft, I know it does, but it's just what I'm getting from the card is, he goes in and he's like, right, I'm going to go to sleep. You know those people, I used to work with somebody, she could sleep upright on a plane, literally. We'd take off, and because I used to work on a plane. And I'd be so like jealous because I couldn't switch off my problem solving brain. And she could literally be there, take off, and then 8 hours later wake up going, oh, I had a really good sleep. Whereas I would have been like, my back, you know, I need to lie down. But I just get this energy for you of just being able to just rest, really, really rest and let go, because there's a lot of this, it doesn't really matter anymore. That's not important. And there's a lot of releasing of your energy and attributing your energy to what really matters. And so like the overthinking is going, the fearful thoughts or the attachment to fearful energies are going. You're really protected around this. There's a massive angelic presence around you. So actually what Spirit's saying, it'd be really good for you to connect in with the angels this month, Libra, to be able to facilitate whatever healing you're doing, will make it really gentle and beautiful. So there you go. And maybe you might have a divine masculine in your life who is releasing constraints this month. There's definitely something massive released for you that's really bringing you into your natural element, Libra. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm wishing you the most amazing month, and I will see you on the other side. Take good care. Lots of love.